2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. First play, first throw coming for Vic. Throw left side complete. That's Richards. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Pierre Strong. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Browns go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Here we go.
Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. And it pushes right forward to about the 32. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The quick slant, good for a first down, a gain of 12. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down. There was a great article in the paper yesterday about how he likes to run angry. Plays like that, you can feel it, can't you?
As long as he doesn't drive angry, we're okay. Because when he's on the field, that anger works for him. It fuels him, it powers him, and the end result runs like that.
Ready?
On first down, they go back to Mitchell. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. The Bengals at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Lance. Got a man open. It's Chase. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Ready.
3rd and 3. To throw, it's Lance. Work in the middle of the field, and He's got a man complete. And he's going to have the Bengals first down. He's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut to take care of the end of this drive.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. I credit the tackle to Ron Thornhill. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. And Lance now to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. And Lance going to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive. Stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down. Wow, that qualifies as a bad miss because anything inside of 40 should be automatic. That's a big mistake right there.
The Browns drive about to get started. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. Now, this defense for the Bengals, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
3rd and 2. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is going to have the Browns first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. You talk about this Bengals defense. This unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
What they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league. So there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On 3rd down, Vic. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. It was Miles Murphy who fired in and got him to the ground. Ethan Evans on now to punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
First down, here's Mitchell. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Lance to throw it. Looking for Marshall, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Ready? Throwing now is Lance. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 61 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there. Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league.
on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Okay, ready?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Lance looking to throw it. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
2nd and 10.
Trouble, 38. Hut.
Now Lance. And he'll spot Higgins, but I think the ball's out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Back to the ground here, Mitchell. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And it's caught. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up the 1st and goal.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Ready?
Mitchell. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Ready.
How about this Browns defense they've held so far? This is now 3rd and goal.
Hut.
They'll try to run with Mitchell. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Elijah Mitchell, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are back within a score. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. The no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues. Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Okay, ready.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Vic now. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing, Vic. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
And that's a good job there of knuckling down as an offense. You're trying to avoid 3 and out at all costs. And after 2 straight incompletions, this one's on target, and they're able to keep the chains moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Strong to the 43, 2nd down.
Well, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Vic readies to throw. Open man, that's Tillman. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st and 10, here's Vic. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Vic with the incompletion on 1st down, and now that leads to 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Finding Strong underneath. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now here's Vic. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Let's go now.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Vic goes play action. His throw incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Vic to throw it. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but
let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with decent starting field position, they're maybe only a couple completions away from field goal range. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized this offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then, but they're showing signs of life here, and they get good yardage that time and a first down.
Pause, red. Ready?
Lance now on first down. He's across midfield and all the way down to the 41-yard line. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
And inches at the 41-yard line.
Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And he got the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
And it's pretty evident that this passing game has been frustrated so far. They haven't really moved the ball the way we might have expected, but this is a good pickup here for the first down.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 97 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Now Lance throwing on second down. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
Hey, that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to win.
Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. And this is picked. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that, and that's what they've done all game long.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and the lead is up to 18 now. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Nwangu now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Bengals drive about to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get two more possessions.
Second down and 4.
Ready?
Looking to throw. Lance. He will find his man Chase complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Lance to throw on second down here. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Ready.
Back to throw. Lance. They'll run the screen with Mitchell. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Ready.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Ready, go.
They run over center with Mitchell. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, second down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
And that went off the mark behind him, incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down.
Blaster, stay. Hut.
Looking to throw. Lance. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked up by Denzel Ward. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
Ready, set.
The Browns drive about to get started. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Straight ahead is Strong. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here's a 2nd and 8. To throw, Vick. He finds his man, complete. That's Richards. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Vick. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. He may go, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for the Bengals, JD. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
On the ready.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Here's Strong to begin the drive. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 3rd and less than a yard.
Let's go.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football. Yeah, they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's going to have a Browns 1st down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
I know this game's winding down and people are getting tired, and that's when you really want a big body guy running the football. But I have to tell you, watching him run it, I wonder why they don't use him more earlier in the game.
Yeah, those bigger guys here late in the game, you're trying to protect the lead. Usually not as fumble-prone either.
No, that is so true because they are taught. Take care of the ball as you surge forward, and you often see them with both hands wrapped around it when they go through the line.
DJ Reader there on the tackle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll try to throw it here. Vick. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you're 100%, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down.
.44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
On the set.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
On the jump. Big Lion.
A handoff running left, Mixon. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Got it. Ready?
3rd down and 6.
Back to throw. Vick. This pass complete to Melton. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
Room to run at the 50. Kene Nwangu. It's a foot race. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Bengals. And that big fourth quarter return, Charles, makes this a one-score game.
And now it all comes down to philosophy. All right, they just had the big return for a touchdown, so the momentum is high. Do you want to ride that and go for two? Or do you just go ahead and kick the extra point and come back and rely on your defense?
And McPherson on for the extra point.
And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown.
Makes the score Browns 31, Bengals 23. Kevin McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
And he'll elect not to run with it. A fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. They'll get this complete to Tillman.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just one pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, if they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as well. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
They're enjoying a fourth quarter advantage. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Oh, wide open, complete. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. And now defensively they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Set, hut. Drill, 52. Set.
On second and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it third and goal now as they look for that final touchdown to salt this one away.
Ready. Ultra. Set.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction.
Well, if you've got the defense laying back, maybe that option works. But if you're coming hard on third down,
it doesn't work because you force the hand of the quarterback and the runner too quickly. And most of the time, unsuccessfully.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
Ready?
Here's Lance. Got a man open. It's Chase.
Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
He's going to let it fly. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Well, they are not going to go quietly. That's a big play right there. 2 scores down. They're not out of this, but they've got to move.
7-yard line.
One timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Richardson. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Ready.
Now Lance.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Here we go.
The clock reading 40 seconds. Here's 2nd and 10.
Ready?
Lance looking to throw.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage. That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to get it back to a 1-score game. And he pulled it. Oh, my goodness. It's no good. He missed it. And they will not cut into that 10-point lead. So we would have figured that one to be 3 points in the bank. But this game, you know, can be unpredictable at times.
Yeah, he knew he needed to pull it ever so slightly to get it going in the right direction. But he seemed to put a little too much on it. And from short range, that is a bad miss for an NFL kicker.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time?